Discussion on Medicine MCQ's cardiovascular system. Thrill over the carotids may be felt in A. Mitral stenosis, B. Aortic stenosis, C. Mitral regurgitation, D. Pulmonary regurgitation. Please subscribe to this channel for future updates. Click on the subscribe button. Press the bell icon after that for all updates. Correct answer B. Aortic stenosis. Murmur and thrill of severe aortic stenosis can reach the carotids from the aortic area where it is heard best. Murmur and thrill of mitral stenosis are often quite localized to the apex. Mitral regurgitation murmur radiates to the axilla and back as the left atrium is a posterior structure. Pick out the wrong statement about ischemic heart disease. A. Decreasing in developed countries. B. Increasing in South Asia. C. Preventive strategies are effective. D. None of the above. Correct answer D. None of the above. Effectiveness of preventive strategies is documented by the falling incidence of ischemic heart disease in developed countries over the past 2 to 3 decades. At the same time, incidence has been increasing in developing countries due to poor adoption of lifestyle modifications for prevention of IHD. Normal pulmonary artery systolic pressure: A. 5 to 10 millimeters of mercury, B. 15 to 30 millimeters of mercury, C. 40 to 50 millimeters of mercury, D. 60 to 80 millimeters of mercury. Correct answer B. 15 to 30 millimeters of mercury. Pulmonary circulation is a low pressure circulation and the pressures are much lower than that of systemic circulation. An acute rise in systolic pressure to 50 millimeters of mercury can cause right heart failure in conditions like pulmonary embolism. But gradually rising pressures are better tolerated as the right ventricle has time to compensate by hypertrophy. In severe primary pulmonary hypertension and atrial septal defect with severe pulmonary hypertension, pulmonary pressures can even be suprasystemic. Structure which is not part of the left cardiac border on a normal chest X-ray PA view is A. Left pulmonary artery, B. Aortic knuckle, C. Left atrial appendage, D. Left ventricle. Correct answer A. Left pulmonary artery. Left pulmonary artery does not form part of the left heart border as it curves down posteriorly and is seen within the cardiac silhouette. Main pulmonary artery forms the left heart border just below the aortic knuckle. An enlarged left atrial appendage on the left border is called the third Mughal sign, the first and second Mughals being aortic knuckle and main pulmonary artery. Main pulmonary artery segment is usually not prominent on a normal chest X-ray and is called the pulmonary bay. If it bulges out, it indicates dilatation. Posterior descending coronary artery arises from the right coronary artery in % of cases. A. 10%, B. 90%, C. 30%, D. 50%. Correct answer B. 90%. The artery which crosses the crux, that is the junction of atrioventricular and interventricular grooves posteriorly, is called the dominant coronary artery. Posterior descending coronary artery usually arises from the dominant coronary artery. Dominance has nothing to do with the amount of myocardium supplied by the vessel. It is always the left coronary artery which supplies the maximum mass of the left ventricle. AV nodal artery arises from the dominant coronary artery. Hence, the AV node is supplied by the AV nodal branch of the right coronary artery in 90% of cases. Sinus node is situated at A. Junction of the superior vena cava and right atrium, B. Junction of the right atrium and left atrium, C. Junction of inferior vena cava and right atrium, D. Junction of coronary sinus and right atrium. Correct answer A. Junction of the superior vena cava and right atrium. Sinus node is situated subepicardially in the upper part of the right atrium at its junction with the superior vena cava. Subepicardial location explains the common occurrence of sinus tachycardia in pericarditis due to the irritation of the sinus node by the inflamed pericardium. AV node is a subendocardial structure situated near the lower part of the right side of the interatrial septum and penetrates the annulus fibrosus. Annulus fibrosus electrically isolates the atria from the ventricles. If the inferior wall of the left ventricle along with the right ventricle is infarcted, the coronary artery occluded is A. Left anterior descending coronary artery, B. Left circumflex coronary artery, C. Right coronary artery, D. Posterior descending coronary artery. Correct answer C. Right coronary artery. Right ventricular branches arise from the proximal part of the right coronary artery. Inferior wall infarction without right ventricular infarction can occur with occlusion of the left circumflex coronary artery if it is the dominant artery supplying the posterior descending branch. Under resting conditions, activity of which of the following receptors predominate in the SA node? A. Beta 1, B. Beta 2, C. Muscarinic M1, D. Muscarinic M2. Correct answer Muscarinic M2. Under resting state, vagal activity through cholinergic muscarinic M2 receptors predominate in the SA node and AV node. During exercise and febrile states, sympathetic activity increases. Sympathetic beta 1 receptors are positive inotropic and chronotropic, while beta 2 receptors are located predominantly in the vascular smooth muscle and mediate vasodilatation. Which of the following is not a determinant of left ventricular preload? A. End diastolic volume, B. End diastolic pressure, C. Left atrial pressure, D. Aortic pressure. Correct answer D. Aortic pressure. Aortic pressure determines the left ventricular afterload. Left atrial pressure is the left ventricular filling pressure. Increase in preload enhances function in a normal heart. In a failing heart, initially increasing preload enhances function, but in advanced heart failure, overstretching of the myocardium is counterproductive. Decreasing afterload helps in heart failure by increasing the ventricular performance. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for future updates and click on the bell icon for all updates. Thank you.